Reset. We've had a lot of interest in this brand new reset, and what it really involves is balancing your cortisol. So many people don't really understand that the high cortisol is actually a stress hormone and it has wide range effects on your body and mind if it's elevated for long periods of time. We need to have cortisol in our body and we need it to be operating from day to day. But chronic high levels does create an imbalance. Now, some of the symptoms and physical effects that you can be finding is weight gain. The cortisol triggers weight gain because it stores fat and it triggers cravings. So how many of you out there have, had those cravings and unexplained really, and that cortisol increase around the tummy area? Muscle breakdown, weakened immune system. When people are highly stressed, that's when your immune system is at its lowest, and when people get sick. Skin issues. Did you know? I bet no one knew this, that high cortisol actually impacts your collagen production. So you don't want to be stressed and wrinkly as well, right? And bone health, hormonal imbalances, it disrupts your thyroid, your insulin, your hormones, everything. And then also raises blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and the sleep disruption. So if any of you are actually, chronically high cortisol, you might find it difficult falling asleep or waking between 2 and 3 a.m. Always feeling tired but wired, craving sugars, carbs, caffeine, unexplained weight gain, frequent colds, and a really slow recovery from exercise. So that's just the physical side of things. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear the mental and emotional effects of what it can do. And here's my results. This is only after 1 day on the cortisol cleanse. And I was bloated before that, feeling lethargic. Unbelievable how 1 day can just strip that. Okay, so listen to this, the emotional and mental effects of high cortisol, what it does to your mental side of things. Anxiety, restlessness, irritability. We all know that when we're stressed, we're like at that level, right? But it also creates brain fog, mood swings, low mood. You just can't be bothered when you're highly stressed. I know that I'm not motivated to can't even think about exercising. One of the things that really came up here was ADHD. Symptoms flare up, and you can be really distractive and impulsive if you have that underlying condition. Long-term risks, though, is the metabolic syndrome. So obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. High risks of cardiovascular disease and potential links with Alzheimer's. Isn't this crazy? And Sophie has just said, your body carries you. What are you doing to support it? So I love that we have a simple system that you can use to implement to get results, to lower those cortisol levels so that your hormones are balanced, your gut is balanced. In turn, the brain fog disappears, you sleep better, you have more energy, you lose the bloating because everything's connected to the gut. And my results here, what I did, followed a nutrition plan with anti-inflammatory nutrition. I implemented with our Ionic Supreme, which had a range of herbs, which could ashwagandha and rhodiola, and that lowered my cortisol levels. So it is a whole body system. I took 60 mils of Ionic Supreme in the morning. I focused on my protein, which sped up my metabolism and also helped with cravings. And then I've also implemented cleanse days as well. Hang on a minute. I've got dogs barking.
We can't hear them. We can't hear them.
Anyway, That's how our program works. Now, the cleansing, it actually strips the toxins from your system, and it's a cellular cleanse. And that in turn helps your body balance from any physical stress as well, and helps with your gut, which like everything, as Sophie said, is connected. Now, we're focusing on lowering your stress, flooding your body with great nutrition, cleansing from the toxins, and great sleep. Now, I take 2 Isoflush tablets at night, which has magnesium and black walnut, which so helps with my sleep. I have the best sleep. And if I've ever feel that little bit wired and can't go to sleep, I use our natural melatonin sleep spray, which I absolutely love. Um, so this is the core bundle. It all works together. And if you're needing healing internally from high stress and high cortisol, and it can just be everyday life, we don't get to switch off. We never switch off. There is always something to do. We're always looking at our phones. We're always watching TV. We're just always working. It just never, ever stops. So how can you support your body? And we're also in the cortisol reset, we're actually going to be implementing some habits around mindset and sleep about how you can use these techniques to lower your cortisol in combination with these natural products. So it's talking about switching off your phone earlier, turning off TV earlier and going to bed. It is about grounding work, meditation work, breath work, gratitude, like all these things that you can put in your toolbox to help you to lower your cortisol. And we're going to have the best cortisol reset that we've ever put on. So if you have any questions, definitely pop them in the chat. I'm going to go through. And next week, we'll be going through the whole 30-day system program in further details. But if anyone's needing any nutrition information, more information one-on-one about the herbs and how the nutrition and protein all works together, then definitely all of us or any of us who invite you to this call can definitely work with you one-on-one to provide the health studies and information behind that. And we've got this amazing offer at the moment, which I'm going to pass back to Heather, who's going to talk with some of our amazing IsaBody winners.
Just before you go, Belle, I just wanted to say to you, I know that you mentioned protein. Can you just dig a little bit more into the importance of, that additional protein in your diet? Because I was speaking to someone and, I really, I know you say it so succinctly, so I'd love you to do that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the number one thing whenever I'm coaching someone, it comes up, it's a red flag straight away. So your body cannot store protein or make protein. So you need to consume it, whether it's through food or supplements. And I use both. But the reason that I use our superfood protein shakes, not only because of the quality and the ingredients and how it's processed and all that, but I'm getting a hit of 24 grams of protein, 240 calories, and I do not need to know I'm not having to make an extravagant meal or snack and get all the ingredients to put it together. The other reason is when it's in a liquid form like that, the bioavailability, it goes straight into your gut and absorbed better compared to having food, which is going to sit there and take longer to process. So there's a few things. You always have food, shake, food, shake. That's another thing. So never 2 shakes in a row. And there was something, you need to have minimum 1.6 grams. I actually coach to have you to have two times, 1.6 grams of protein per your body weight. Ideally, I would love if you have goals where you're wanting to lose weight, build muscle, and kind of less like shred. I'd be saying hit the 2 grams, because if you can aim for the 2 times your body weight, even if you fall under, you're going to be getting into that 1.6 grams to 2 grams range, which is ideal. So many women, especially that I coach, are not consuming that. And the best way is protein pacing 5 times a day. You will absolutely nail it. The people that are starving themselves and don't eat all day and then go at nighttime, they're doing the sumo diet. That is what it's called because your body is then consuming its largest meal at night and you're going to bed and that's all you have all day. So that's another thing. So many women do that. They don't eat at all. Yeah, so I hope that
Okay,
helps, Heather.
one more question
Okay.
before you go, and that is your snacks. So you said shake, food, shake, food. So obviously that's morning shake, then a snack. So just give us two because we need to keep moving on. But I
Yes.
this
The
so
most
two. Yeah.
simplest and easiest snacks that you can have for your morning and afternoon is your protein yogurt. Protein yogurt usually sitting around 15 to 17 grams. You can buy a big tub, you can buy little tubs. Top it with fresh berries and nuts. Go for it. It's low in calories but high in protein. It's usually sitting under 100 calories per tub for 17 grams of protein. It is very unusual to get that ratio. Boiled eggs are great, but you'd need to have two. Just don't go having one. Two boiled eggs, carrot sticks, hummus, a tin of tuna with some salad. We want to see you eat and we want to see you having fiber, lots of vegetables, and things like that. Thinking about vegetables are low in calories, but they're so good for you. So they're such a great way to combine it with protein to get your nutrition throughout the day. And that's it.
I love it. Thank you, Belle.
That's all right.